You can see it's quite a team, and I say congratulations to all.
We're here today for the annual Governor's Awards for Historic Preservation in Michigan. Every year, here in the Rotunda in the Capitol building, the State Historic Preservation Office, in conjunction with the Governor's Office, reviews a whole batch of projects that have been done across the state in the preceding year and chooses projects that really exemplify preservation and efforts to preserve history across the state.
We're here today because we received the Governor's Award for Historic Preservation for a very important work in consulting with the Michigan Department of Transportation on their project for the Grand Haven Bypass, the 231 project, a new bridge over Grand River.
Which is very significant to me personally because it consulted our people with the knowledge to identify some of those sacred things that we consider that are part of the earth now. We know we have to take them out to make that bypass, but it was done with such respect.
We partnered with 6 sovereign Indian nations in Michigan because it's their story that we're learning about in doing the excavations on this site.
And they kept us involved every step of the way. I think that could be a model for future consulting from both state and federal agencies.
It really set in when we moved to the testing phase on the big site, and I took a slightly different path and came down over this big terrace, and I stopped and realized that I was standing in amongst a large number of small surface depressions, and the light bulb went off on my head and said, this is a site that's loaded with cache pits. This is a place where they were storing food. We have not seen a site like this before in southern Michigan.
Again, a reminder of how we are tied to the landscape and how we are tied to the land, to the water, the spirits and the creatures beneath the water, and those spirits and creatures in the sky.
As archaeologists, we are really working on their history. Having their perspective is really important and helps us understand more what we're finding and how better to interpret the information that we're finding. And they bring a very different perspective to what their traditions are and such that we often don't get from just the artifacts alone. We probably know more about what was going on in that area 2,000 years ago than we know what was going on 1,000 to 500 years ago. And that's one of the reasons why this project is so important, because it really fills in one of those gaps in our knowledge.